Roundup. Our MMM Gives Back gives you another look back stories from our MMM East Africa community in Kenya. And Guider Emil San Juan gives us another important topic to ponder on his Just an Opinion segment. To all our viewers around the world, this is MNC, your Mavro News channel. Rize is the capital city of Rize province in the eastern part of the Black Sea region of Turkey and is home to about 110,000 people. This scenic city by the bay is the venue of our first story for the week that MMM Turkey online consultant and guider Emre Kuru organized last July 25, 2016.
Şu anda toplantı yapacağız burada bugün.
He started first by distributing flyers on some major streets of the city. He already gave an overview of MMM on the spot and at the same time invited them to come join him later that day for his detailed presentation about MMM. His efforts yielded 25 people in attendance, who were all eager to know more about how the MMM community functions. Out of the 25, about half of them decided to join MMM Turkey. Guider Emre was very satisfied with the overall success of his event and said that he would continue exerting efforts to make MMM known to more people in both the city and the province of Rize. From Turkey, we now move down south to the Republic of South Africa. On August 5 of this year, Guider Matsidisu organized an offline presentation at Budeving Hall in Soshega, Gauteng. A male member of the team spoke first and introduced to about 15 guests how the MMM platform works and how they can benefit from it. Then Guider Matsidisu was introduced to talk about Bitcoin. She described Bitcoin as a moving bank that has global acceptance for a minimal transaction fee. She told them too that having a Bitcoin account is free and adding funds to it is also easy. She encouraged those who are new to the concept of cryptocurrency to study it further so they can see how easy and convenient to use it in MMM. The attendees were glad that they were introduced to Bitcoin and were more positive in using it to send donation instead of their local bank accounts. All MMM members will end up using a Bitcoin to provide help to each other, to avoid all the challenges which MMM faces from the banks. That was one of the messages of Guider Cindy Shivi as she introduced the people from the Nashado Orange Farm in Gauteng about the advantages of using Bitcoin as currency to exchange donations in the MMM system. The event happened on August 6 of this year, and she had about 16 people listening to her intently. She encouraged them to switch from usage of normal bank accounts to Bitcoin. One of the advantages she cited was that Bitcoin is quick and efficient to use since you can send and receive help from anyone at any time as long as you have balance in your wallet. She also added that it also charges low transaction fees and it saves them time because transactions are done online. Her guests were thankful because they now understand Bitcoin better and expressed more interest in using it. Some of them also decided to participate and registered on that day.
Viva MMM, viva! Viva! Viva Mavroti, viva! Viva! Amanda! PH!
This was a snippet of what happened during the offline presentation of Guiders Tony and Patricia at Secunda in Gauteng, which happened also on August 6th. Two speakers took turns during the event. They first discussed how the MMM donation exchange platform works and the benefits it gives to members. Next part was the introduction of Bitcoin usage and sending peer-to-peer donations in MMM. Although it was new to most of the 20 attendees, they patiently listened as both speakers explained in detail how the Bitcoin system works. The guests were introduced to the Bitcoin wallets, how to register for one, and how to load up their wallets after registration. To aid them in explaining the steps, a live account was used by both speakers. The attentive faces of the audience was a positive body language for guiders Tony and Patricia. For them, it is a good sign that they are successful in making their audience realize about the big advantages of using Bitcoin in MMM. From South Africa, we move a little up north to Nigeria, where our last 4 stories for this week happen all on a single day, September 9th of this year. One guider who was busy that day was MMM Nigeria guider Ajigon Emmanuel, who had an opportunity presentation at the Sweet Fast Food in Ava State. About 45 people came to listen to him talk about the MMM community. He had one participant share first about his experiences with MMM before discussing how the platform works. He reminded his audience that although there is money involved, it does not go to a central account because transfers of donation are all peer-to-peer. Guider Diego also disclosed that MMM community is operating on the principle of crowdfunding and that any amount of spare money is honored in providing help to one another. He cautioned them, though, to only use their spare funds, as there are also risks of losing them in the end.
No matter how much you want to put into MMM, if you don't understand the ideology, you would never be able to do well in the triple X.
This was Guider Ayodele Ayeni's message when he was talking about the MMM ideology to 8 guests who attended his offline opportunity presentation at MMC Lokoha in Koju State. Also on September 9th, he started with a discussion on how the community started and what made Sergey Mavrodi decide to establish it. He further explained the operation of MMM involving exchange of financial donation amongst participants. He also highlighted that since MMM is founded on the principles of gratuitousness, reciprocity, and benevolence, no one must feel forced to donate more than what their spare money can afford. He stressed too that their job in MMM does not end in sending and receiving donation because they must also contribute in its development by introducing new people into the system. While Guider Ayodele Ayeni was engaged in Lokoha, Guider Jeppy Frinsley's own opportunity seminar was also in progress at the Wilters Hotel in Ogeli, Delta State. With about a dozen people listening to him, Guider Jeppy cruised with ease as he discussed MMM's history down to its ideology. He was thorough in explaining too how the bonus system works, as he believes this is one of the reasons why most people join. But since MMM is a large global donation exchange community, he reminded them that beyond the monetary rewards they may get, there is an important ideology that they all must have helped advance. Another important topic he focused on were the rules on safe participation. Guider Diafe told his audience that following these rules would help ensure a smooth experience for them within the community. The presentation proper lasted for about half an hour, and the rest of the event was devoted to answering questions from his attendees. Our last story for this week's events roundup happened also on September 9th with the Rest Place Church in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria as venue. Guider Boma Favara was the organizer and he was able to draw a crowd of about 40 people. While others discussed MM's history in passing, he was very detailed about it and did not leave out even the negative facts like MM being closed by the Russian government and Sergey Mavrodi getting incarcerated. For him, this kind of transparency is necessary to build a trusting relationship between him and his possible downlines. Guider Boma did not mince words too when he discussed about the possibility of the system going into a pause mode. He told his guests that he is just making sure that they have the correct expectation about the MMM community. He also pointed out that if they want to have a pleasant experience